Welcome, my friends. Welcome to BigredLeads, getting you to the black. I am Big Red. Today, I want to talk about average at best, accepting mediocrity, rolling with it, living in it. Who wants that? Accepting mediocre relationships, average at best. Whether it be business, whether it be friendships, relationships, husbands, wives, spouses, girlfriend, boyfriend. Like, what are you accepting average on a daily basis? And if you are, why do you do it? You know average. Think about it like this. When you were a child, let's say teenager, if you didn't have a parent or a grandparent who tells you this is something that I was told at a very young age. And I didn't believe it at the time because your friends are your life. My grandfather told me that at a certain point, most of the people that you hang with, you won't be friends with them anymore. And what he was simply getting at, and he expounded on it later when I got a little older, what he was saying was, unless they have an exceptional connection with you that can't be broken by time, space, and distance, that's somebody who will be a friend of yours for life. I have a small circle of friends who I love and adore. I would go to war for them. Every last one of those relationships has been cultivated over years. Bad times, ugly times, great times. There weren't that many average times in those relationships. Also knowing that when I was in school, I was pretty popular. Now, I spoke to everybody. That's just the type of person I am. That's the type of person I was then. So, in a lot of ways, I was an athlete, a bit of a nerd, and at the same time, I guess you could say a jokester, if you will. So, those who knew me, you know, I'm the type of person I would back up anybody in a conversation if they were on the side of quote unquote being right or needed help, you know. What my grandfather was saying to me is a lot of the people that you're going to school with now, you won't even remember their name once you're done with school. If they were average. If the experiences that you had together were average experiences. You will not remember their name. You won't remember who they are. Unless you see their face, they'll totally be blanked out from your mind. No, it doesn't make you a bad person. This is my grandfather trying to explain it to me. It doesn't make you a bad person, but they were average. And what that is doing to your brain is simply saying that you cannot have average or mediocre in your life. What's your favorite meal? It's always a good question. Most people know what it is. Boom. They can describe it to you. They're gonna tell you the way it was cooked, the way it was prepared. Look, like if there's a favorite restaurant of theirs, like, boy, I go here, 5 o'clock, it's always on point. My chef is in there and he's putting it down. Like, they know exactly what it is when it comes to something that's exceptional. So why do we, as human beings, why do we have a tendency, especially as we get older, to accept average? Now, what my grandfather also told me is the older you get, the less you will accept it. Have you ever talked to a older gentleman and they're pretty blunt? Now, it rubs some people the wrong way, especially today in today's society. But the reason they're like that is because they've gotten to a point in their life and they're not going to accept average anymore. They don't have that many summers left. So, why, as a young person, why do we accept average? Because our partner wants to accept average? Because our girlfriend wants to accept average? Because our friends accept average? Because our colleagues accept average? This is a little experiment I was told by a mentor many years ago. Whenever you and your other half go out, let's say you go to a restaurant, just try this and notice and pay attention to the difference. Tip before you get your food. Matter of fact, tip before you sit down. And watch the service change. Especially if this is a restaurant that you've been to before. You know the food is exceptional. You know the service is pretty good. Tip before. It's just a little experiment. I'm saying this, I didn't really get it until I actually tried it. And what my mentor was saying to me at the time was, just try it out. Because you are raising the level of the experience by bringing awareness to the person or the people who are serving you. It brings everything. Everything is heightened. They want you to have a great experience. They want you to enjoy the meal. They want you. Why? Why do you do this? The first time I ever did it, I can remember me and my girlfriend at the time, and she looked at me like I was insane. She was like, "What are you doing?" And I said, "It's just something I want to try out." And when I tell you that young waiter, that young man, he was humping. Like, he literally had 8 other tables besides us. Matter of fact, it was me and my girlfriend at the time and another couple, a friend of mine and his girl, his lady. And when I say the service was some of the best service I've ever had in my life. This wasn't a 5-6 star restaurant either, mind you. This was just a restaurant. It was a local restaurant that we all frequented quite a bit. So, but the level of the expectation of service was raised just because I tipped prior to the meal. That is, in a nutshell, a little experiment I want you all to try. But it gets back to our previous conversation. Not accepting average. Why do we accept it? Why do we get comfortable with it? I've said this before. I've heard this from other speakers, national speakers, international speakers, people who have, best-selling authors, and it rings more true than not. Without conflict, being comfortable, getting out of your comfort zone, without conflict, nothing grows. You want excellence throughout your life? Trust me when I say this. Cut out the mediocre activity. If you know, this is where mindset changes and shifts, transforms in a way. It starts with the little things. If you can simply step into the fact and know that, hey, I want excellence throughout my life in everything that I do, everything that I am, everything that I am becoming. If hell, write that down every day. Once you understand it, once it's been embedded inside of you, you will no longer accept mediocrity. You will no longer accept average. Not only will you not accept it, you won't even tolerate it being in your space. This is one way to push the envelope for a better life for you. Be honest with people. Be truthful in your words, your actions. Don't accept average anymore. There's too many B and C students running around here now. What I'm saying is, be a student in life. Don't accept average. Don't tolerate it. You want excellence? Be the excellence. That's all I really got for you today, my friends. I hope this message helps. Love you all. Like, share, subscribe. Hit the notification button, definitely. Leave a comment. Don't hesitate to comment. This is BigredLeads, getting you to the black. Love you all. Talk soon.